General Mathpital. Crossroads of nearly 1,000 lives. A sanctuary, a haven, an edifice dedicated to the needs of those whose mathematical health is threatened.
Attention all physicians, heal thyself.
Dr. Doolittle, please bring your kangaroo to the cafeteria. Your marsupial is getting cold. Taking your clothes to the dry cleaner, Doctor?
Oh, these aren't mine. They belong to my patient.
Oh, why don't you give them back to him?
I will. Just as soon as the check clears.
Nurse Jane, I'm Dr. No. Has a line segment been admitted to General Mathpital today?
Yes, Dr. No.
Where is it?
It's in the examining room. It's being changed from a simple line segment to a triangle.
Who's in charge of the case?
Doctor, yes.
No. I hope I'm not too late.
Oh, I know, Doctor, no. I know.
Do you want a scalpel, Dr. Yes?
No, thanks. I'm still trying to learn the lambada.
Dr. Yes. Did cut?
No, it wasn't I.
Oh, then it's not too late.
You know my able assistants, Dr. Hello and Dr. Goodbye?
Yes. Hello, hello. Hello, goodbye. Know why I'm here, yes?
No, I don't. No.
I understand you want to turn this line segment into a triangle. Is that true?
Yes. No.
Well, is it or isn't it, Dr. Yes?
Dr. Yes said yes, Dr. No.
What is your name again?
Goodbye.
Don't leave yet. We haven't finished the procedure.
I know.
No, she know. You goodbye.
Are you sure?
No, I'm yes, but I'm a careful shopper, and I know a goodbye when I see one.
Well, before you start cutting, do you have a plan?
A plan? Oh, what difference does it make? I'm simply going to turn this line segment into a triangle. All I need to do is cut it into 3 pieces.
Would you please take a look at this?
Yes, no? What is it?
This is a model of your patient. Show me where you want to cut it.
Oh, I don't know, no.
I'll show you where I'll cut it, Dr. No.
Me too. I'll show you where I cut, Dr. No.
I'd rather Dr. Yes show Dr. No.
All right. Now, I want to maintain a good length. So, I will cut here.
Here, I've also got away from it.
Yes, and here.
Very good, very good.
That gives me 3 line segments, and I will put them back together to form a triangle.
Oh, I was afraid you'd do it that way.
Don't be so negative, no? What's wrong with my solution?
They won't work as a triangle. In order to form a triangle, no one side can be longer than the combined length of the other 2.
No. A triangle can be formed out of any 3 line segments.
Hello, I think he's right.
Goodbye, so do I.
Here, I'll show you. But just a moment. I'll get it. Joe,
See what I mean? This leg is longer than these 2 legs put together.
On George, she's right.
They will never meet.
I think I nearly made a tragic mistake.
Buck up.
Yes, you nearly made a no-no. Had you made those cuts on the patient, the line segment would have never survived as a triangle.
But if I were to cut here
Already.
and here.
Now that's interesting. That's wonderful. So 2 cuts there.
Yes, you have formed a triangle because these 2 legs put together are longer than the 3rd leg.
Yes.
Well, that's very interesting. Or you could cut here, and this will be a short leg here,
Oh, yes.
and then here.
Very good.
And you'd still form yet another triangle.
Yes, but remember, to form a triangle, no one leg can be longer than the other 2 legs combined. Well, thank you for sharing all you knew. No.
Well, knowledge is to be shared. Now you know what I know, yes. Goodbye, yes. Goodbye. Hello. Goodbye.
Oh, about that parallelogram, is that a right angle?
Gee, now we'll be able to say that we studied under 2 great doctors.
Yes. And no.
And so once again, common sense and geometry have solved another problem at General Mathpital. Crossroads of nearly 1,000 lives. Until next time, stay healthy and may the math be with you.
Math! It's all around us. Think on it.
Dirty rock.
running Little Orphan Annie on the comic page.
Yeah, just look at this, Jane. Just look at this.
Oh, what is it, dear?
Well, it's a review of the inn. It's a bad review by that viper Waldo Doubledecker. Just listen to this. At Nobody's Inn, the rooms are so small, the mice are stoop-shouldered.
Why, that's triple Cyril. The mice are not stoop-shouldered.
I've half a mind to write a letter to the editor.
Half a mind, yes, dear. Well, at least he likes the food. The delightful culinary creations of Chef Antoine de Bonbon are the only aspect of Nobody's Inn that do not remind one of a long sentence in a maximum security prison.
Oh, well, that's all we need. Antoine's ego is already bigger than the Notre Dame Cathedral. Oh, and today I'm supposed to renegotiate his salary. He'll want a fortune.
He's worth every penny, dear. Don't be stingy. He deserves a 25% raise to $1,000 a week.
It's so much money.
Many chefs get several times that salary, dear.
But the aggravation, the aggravation.
Hello?
Here he comes. Remember what I said, so.
Yes, right.
Bonjour, Monsieur Nobody.
Oh, look who's here, the awful tower.
C'est moi, Antoine de Bonbon, world-famous chef and orange genius.
Is it now?
Ah, you read the newspaper, huh? He's not this critic Waldo Doubledecker, a brilliant man, a person who truly appreciates fine cooking.
Yes, I'd like to fine cook him.
Monsieur Nobody, as you know, tomorrow I depart on my vacation. The annual cook's tour of the great continental kitchens. This year's continent is Antarctica.
Oh, frozen food, is it?
Oui, but before I go, as you very well know, we must discuss my celery.
Celery? Oh, shouldn't worry about it. No. Tons of it in the fridge. Yes, it's that green stuff, right? We serve it as a garnish with the olives and the cheese ball.
No, not celery. Celery.
What?
You know, S-A-L-A-R-O-I-U.
Oh, salary. Yes, I suppose we must discuss it.
I want a raise.
Yes, well, after today's newspaper review, I'm not the least surprised. Well, I'm way ahead of you, Antoine. Yes, indeed. I typed up your contract this morning. And as you will see, I have given you a raise, a 25% raise. Now, you were making $20 an hour. Now you're going to make $25 an hour. Voila.
Monsieur Nobody, you have unsuspected generosity. Merci. Monsieur, merci beaucoup.
Yes, it was nothing, Antoine. Really. Alouette, je te l'alouette. Alouette, je te plumerai. Je te plumerai. That means I will write to you. I will write a letter to the editor of that dreadful newspaper. Dear editor, with regard to Waldo Doubledecker's review of Nobody's Inn...
Monsieur Nobody, you have tried to trick me.
Trick you? What?
Look at this contract.
Yes, you got a raise. $25 an hour. I am so happy for you. Now, if you don't mind...
Monsieur, oui, you raised me to $25 an hour, but you lowered the total number of hours.
I did?
You did. Regardez. When I make $20 an hour, I work 40 hours a week. That's $800 a week. But now for $25 an hour, you have me working only 30 hours. That's $750 a week. This is not a raise. You actually cut my weekly salary, sacre bleu.
Oh, forgive me, Antoine. What a silly Billy I've been. Well, it was an honest mistake. Give me that contract, and I will straighten this out right now. Here we go, Antoine. $25 an hour, 40 hours a week, $1,000 a week. There's your 25% raise. Are you happy?
No, I'm French. Okay, this is better. See, monsieur?
Right. Contrary to Mr. Doubledecker's review, there is not a single bed bug in this hotel. They're all married with large families.
Monsieur Nobody.
Now what?
You have to wake up pretty early in the matin to pull one over on Antoine de Bonbon. You try to fool me again.
Whatever are you talking about?
Look at this contract, this worthless piece of paper. I spit on it.
Stop! Be vulgar, Antoine. What's the problem?
Eh bien, you agreed to pay me $25 an hour, 40 hours a week, but you increased my vacation weeks without pay from 2 weeks to 12 weeks.
Yes, I thought I'd give you some extra time to spend all that extra money you're going to be making.
Extra money, mon Dieu. With my old contract, I make $800 a week, 50 weeks a year. 50 times 800, that's $40,000 a year.
And the point you're trying to make?
With what you laughingly call my new raise, I am making $1,000 a week, but for only 40 weeks. That again is $40,000 a year. This is not a raise. This is an insult. I challenge you to a duel.
Oh.
Take that, you naughty, nobody person!
Oh, Antoine! Antoine, oh, please accept my sincerest apology. Oh, give me that silly contract. I'll straighten this out right now. Here we go, Antoine. Look here. $25 an hour. 40 hours a week, $1,000 a week, 12 months a year, vacations included.
Bon.
Oh, yes, very full. If I'm going to be this generous with you, Antoine, I'm going to have to do on a monthly, not a weekly basis. Cash flow problems and all that. You understand, don't you?
Yeah, I suppose so.
Excellent. Now, how many weeks in a month?
And 3, 4, 4.
Four, just so. So I will pay you $4,000 a month, 12 months a year. Oh, pas mal, eh, Antoine?
Okay, that's
Yes.
okay. We are both gentlemen. No hard feelings.
Oh, we, most assuredly. Right. As to our supposed lack of hospitality, I can only say, if you don't like it, get out! Who needs you?
Monsieur, nobody, I get you for this!
Yes?
One time is an accident. 2 times a coincidence. 3 times, monsieur, nobody. This is a habit. You cheat me!
I'm sorry, Gia.
What in the world is going on?
Nothing, darling. You know how temperamental and emotional great artistes like Antoine can be.
Madame Nobody, your husband tried to fool me 3 times. His latest trick is to say he paid me $1,000 a week, but instead he paid me monthly, $4,000 a month. I think I catch him again.
Cyril.
Yes, my dove, my doe.
$1,000 a week or $4,000 a month. Does that come to the same thing over the course of a year?
Well, of course, peg of my heart. See, there's 4 weeks in a month. $1,000 a week is $4,000 a month. 12 months a year, that's $48,000 a year.
Cyril, dear, how many weeks in a year?
52?
What, nobody?
52.
So at $1,000 a week, Antoine should receive $52,000, not $48,000. Cyril, dear, really?
Sorry.
And I'm sorry, too, Antoine. You shall receive $1,000 a week, $52,000 a year, including 3 weeks paid vacation.
But, Jay!
But
Madame Nobody, thank you so much. For you, I make the chef surprise.
oh, what is it?
I don't know. That's the surprise part. Va-t'en to the kitchen. Allons enfants de la cuisine.
Cyril, dear, why must you be so cheap?
Cheap? What if we gave our entire staff a whopping big raise like that?
Cyril, dear, Antoine is our entire staff.
As for me, the proprietor, being cheap, how dare you? Why, just today, I gave our entire staff a 25% raise. So, there. Ha!
The story you are about to see is a fib, but it's short. The names are made up, but the problems are real.
Friday, 8:01 p.m., and New Yorkers who had stayed in the city for the weekend were reveling in their indulgences. The yuppies were guzzling Perrier, the Perriers were guzzling the yuppies, and the guzzlers were just guzzling. But I couldn't care less. I was working the night watch out of Mathnet. The chief is Joe Greco. My partner is George Franklin. My name is Tuesday. I'm a mathematician. A mathematician on a wacky, weirdy, windy, mystery weekend in the country. Friday is usually a quiet day at good old Mathnet HQ, but when I arrived this morning, there was George dressed as Sherlock Holmes, or rather Sherlock Condo. I told him I got the joke. Home, condo. It seems George and Martha had signed up for a mystery weekend in the country, where people go to act out a make-believe crime and its solution. And at the last minute, Martha couldn't go. George asked me to substitute. He gave me very little choice. And my costume. With George as Sherlock and me as Dr. Watson, we began the 3-hour drive in a rented, rotten car. But it was appropriate because the weather was rotten, too. We were going to an old manor house called the Quams in upstate New York. In the rain and the dark, it was hard to know where we were, but we finally found a sign which, if a bit rickety, seemed to point the way. We had arrived.
Cozy little place, eh, Walt?
That's perfect, just like one of those haunted houses from a bad movie. I'm Sherlock Kondo, and this is my partner, Dr.
Wolfit.
Mathnet.
Mathnet?
I'm sorry, we won't step out of character again. And you are?
I am paved.
I'm a little ticked off myself. Have the other guests arrived?
Why, yes. They're in the drawing room.
Come along, Watson. Let's join the other players.
George, I mean Sherlock, was the captain of the game and told the others about the mystery. In it, a man named Barton Big had disappeared and someone in the game was responsible. We were to find out who. Or is it whom? We met some of the guests, including a retired military man, a jazz musician, a professional TV contestant, and a world-renowned dentist. Peeved interrupted, announcing dinner and our room assignments. We each were assigned a room according to a color. I was in the white room, which went very nicely with my outfit. Once settled, we met again in the dining room.
How are your digs, Pard?
Okay, but I've got hardly any closet space. Tiniest I've ever seen.
Well, let's, chow down.
Kitty Feline is here. Shouldn't we wait?
Who?
The world-renowned dentist.
What was that?
B flat, man.
It's coming from upstairs.
Pat, this is one heck of a game. Come on. Kitty Feline was in the red room.
That's next to mine.
Boy, she's got a lot better closet than I have. Hello. What's this? A news clipping. The headline reads, Kitty Cat found innocent.
I thought she said her name was Kitty Feline.
The story continues. At 8 o'clock today, Kitty Cat walked through the halls of justice, a free woman, exonerated from her accused crime of libel in Grover, Cleveland.
Where is she, this kitty cat or kitty feline or whomever?
Whoever, not whomever. All in good time. All in good time.
Someone has written a note across this clipping.
Well, what does it say?
Doesn't say anything. You have to read it.
It reads, justice will be done.
Sounds rather ominous, doesn't it, Dr. Watson?
Hey, man, look. A blindfolded lady with no dog.
A replica of the statue representing justice. Well, I think we may as well return to dinner and ask a few questions. I didn't think the guests were supposed to disappear during this game. Must be a new wrinkle. It's the first-rate game, huh, Bard?
I guess.
I say, old boy, shouldn't we call the local constabulary?
Why?
Mr. Kondo, one of our guests is missing, and perhaps the local police should be made aware.
Golly whiz, yes, I agree.
Excuse me, but who are you?
I'm Wally Wallaby. I used to do a daily children's TV show. Wally Wallaby and the Gang?
Hey, I remember that show, man.
Really?
Yeah, it was awful.
Oh.
Tell me, Wally Wallaby, why did you want to do away with our host, Barton Big?
Willikers, I didn't. I wouldn't want to harm anyone ever in any way. I want people to be my friends.
How about you? What was your motive for having our host disappear?
Hey, man, my name's Miles Reed. I just blow. I don't off. I mean, I ain't hip to no handle like Big. And he's got to be a suit, and, I don't hang with no suits.
What did he say?
He says he's a musician and he's heard of no one by the name of Big.
We seem to have heard from everyone but you.
Oh, my name is Sally Storm. I'm an actress. Perhaps you've seen me on the daytime drama, All My Doctors.
An actress, eh? Actresses always have things to hide in these mystery stories. Why did you want Mr. Big out of the way? Was he threatening you with something from your past?
I have never heard of anyone named Barton Big, and I don't know about the rest of you, but I'm ready to retire.
Yes, perhaps we should all turn in for the evening and start afresh and on.
Afresh and on? What do you mean, man?
Let's sack out and start tomorrow morning.
I still think we should call the police.
What? And ruin the game?
I think a good night's rest might help us each. Good night, troops.
Good night.
Okay, everybody. Let's see what's going on here.
George, I don't think this game is on the up and up.
All right. Are we all agreed that we heard a scream?
Of course we heard a scream, you nit! Why do you think we're out in the middle of the night in our jammies?
Very well. Are we all here?
One is missing.
Who might that be?
I think it's the army fella.
Right. He was in the orange room.
Empty. Hello. Another clipping.
It reads, Wigston is free. At exactly 10:03, Lieutenant Colonel Ashby Wigston left federal court a free man after having been found innocent of the charge of stealing rare coins.
Strange, wouldn't you say? What's it? Just like the other one.
Yeah, right, except that the cat's name was Wiggins and not Wigston.
And the other one had a note written on it.
So does this one. It reads, Justice will be done.
Yes, but there was a statue of...
It's the lady singer again.
Colonel Wiggins has a bigger closet than I do, too.
All right. I think it's time to ask some questions. We each heard a scream. What did we do?
I opened my door and looked out.
Right on, man. I saw you.
I opened my door, too.
Right, I saw you, too.
And I saw both you and Amanda.
I opened my door and saw no one.
I opened my door and saw Sally Storm.
As did I, and saw Wally Wallaby.
Everyone here is accounted for, then. Every one of us was seen. So no one of us could have been in the corridor sneaking around Colonel Wigan's room.
Everyone, except you, Kondo.
No one saw you.
That's right. How do we know where you were, Sherlock?
We don't know.
This is ridiculous. Sherlock is the captain of this mystery weekend.
Mystery weekend?
What mystery weekend, man?
You're not here for a mystery weekend?
Hey, man, most of my weekends are mysteries.
I have no idea what any of you are talking about. I'm going to bed.
If I might suggest, we should all get back to bed. And lock your doors.
Mystery? That's not a criminal about a mystery weekend. Why did she say that?
George, I think we have more than a mystery weekend on our hands. I think we have a real mystery.
Of course it's a real mystery, and a darn good one, too.
George, I think we should call the local pubs.
And ask them to play?
No, ask them to help us find 2 missing people. None of the other guests have heard of a mystery weekend game.
They're just play acting. I don't want to call the police, Pat.
People on mystery weekends aren't supposed to disappear, George. Something in this equation just doesn't figure.
Pat, I got to tell you, I feel silly. Hello, operator. I'd like the police. Hello? Hello? Well, lucky me.
What?
The phone's dead.